Own your mistakes. This coming from Jimmy, someone who has never owned his mistakes, never taken accountability, and never apologized for any of his poor behavior. He pays someone.
He still hasn't apologized. He still hasn't come out to give a statement. He literally hires people to apologize for him. Ladies and gentlemen, Rosanna Pansino just went scorched earth mode, and she has leaked the document that we are aware of from the Dog Pack 404 video. Do you guys remember this video? I worked for MrBeast. He's a sociopath, and we got a little tease at this how to succeed in MrBeast production document. And it has this no does not mean no policy, which we thought was kind of creepy. And he kind of went over this just a little bit, saying that as an employee of a MrBeast team, you should, you know, go to stores and basically harass the employees. If they don't let you be there, go ask someone else. Go to a different store. Keep harassing until they let you do it. Now, Rosanna Pansino decided to drop a video today called The Real MrBeast Leaked Document, a 24-minute video going through most of the main points in this document. She was nice enough to even link it. Here is the full document, of course. Let's take a look. Hi, I'm Jimmy MrBeast, and as the team is growing larger, I no longer get to spend as much time with everyone as I used to. The first dozen employees had unfiltered and unlimited access to me to learn as much as they could about my vision and what I wanted. Sadly, you don't have that luxury, so I thought it would be useful to try to brain dump as much as I can into this silly little book to give new people to help bring them up to speed on everything we've learned over the past decade with this channel. We've been through a lot, and chances are most of the problems you face we've dealt with. Basically, this 36-page document goes over all of Jimmy, Mr. Jimbo Donaldson's theories and brains of how YouTube works and how the Beast Company works, you know, things like audience retention and the no means no policy, and how different graphs means and dips and spikes in viewership, creating content, you know, there's all kinds of wacky little rules and things, and how he talks about video everything. Make sure you record everything. If you're going to give money to homeless people, if you're going to give money to people, make sure everything is recorded for content. It has to benefit the MrBeast Company in some way. Say the negative is your fault. Track the contractor. You know, I am not always right. This article is just kind of wacky. It kind of goes into so many things, and it's just telling people to, you know, always just keep, I guess, bugging people. Be annoying. Be consistent, grind, overwork yourself, stop taking breaks, don't be lazy. And the funniest one is this one that says, own your mistakes. I hate excuses, and I despise with my entire soul when people just try to save face instead of learn from how they messed up. Mistakes are okay. Genuinely, they are, and I expect you to make a lot. That's perfectly fine. Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point or another, and you can go ask them yourself if I've ever held it over their heads. And this is kind of funny and ironic, especially coming from MrBeast, considering that all of the things that have been happening to him over the past months, he has not owned his mistake on. He has continued to just keep, you know, posting videos, going about life, ignoring Twitter, ignoring social media, going about everything as if nothing is wrong. He's sending his PR people, he's sending his insiders, his lawyers, his people like Chucky, to go and cease and desist people, to go and message people, to try to silence people, things like that. He's sending, you know, his PR people to magazine companies to give his side of the story and whatnot. He can't own his mistake. He literally pays people to own his mistakes for him. And here we have the no does not mean no, the same thing that we have from the I worked for MrBeast. He's a sociopath. So what we can confirm is that Dog Pack has access to this document. Rosanna now has access to this document, and now I have access to this document. Oh wow, she literally did the real MrBeast leaked document.
Hey guys.
Here it is. Our favorite baddie who knows how to cook. Rosanna Pansino, my friends, dropped a new video. The real MrBeast leaked document. Let's check it out.
Most of you have seen that there's been a lot of news coming out about Mr. Beast, Jimmy
Yes.
Donaldson, some of his employees, and his, in my opinion, terrible business practices, some of which I've seen honestly may be illegal. There are a lot of really good videos about this topic that have been coming out in the last few days on YouTube, so I highly encourage everyone to go and watch some of them. Also, I have some more updates and stories from the Beast Games, which I will continue to talk about. They are filming the beginning of part 2 of that series in just a few days, and I am still very concerned about the contestants' well-being. So if you're competing in—
So they're still going through with a part 2. And Amazon has still not said anything. Jimmy has still not said anything. The contestants are all still under NDA, scared to get cease and desists.
the Beast Games, please be aware of what's going on around you. Which brings me to why I'm making this particular video. A very concerning document was sent to me who says that this is an internal employee manual written by Mr. Beast Jimmy himself. I confirmed the legitimacy of this document with 2 former Mr. Beast employees. I think that this gives you a little insight to the type of person Jimmy really is. He lays out what he expects from his employees in great detail. To me, the mask has begun to slip, and it truly is a small look into the mind of the beast. One last thing that I'd like—
We've already kind of seen one of the emails. Do you guys remember that, like, the no does not mean no thing that got leaked out? And then the other email that said they're like restructuring and they're going to be focusing on like LGBTQ and hiring a new HR and all that stuff. Can she leak that? Won't she get sued? I don't know. I won't though, I'm just looking at the video.
to point out is that this is a document that Jimmy expected people to read. If I had to guess, I'd say he's even having to filter himself in this document.
Go subscribe to Rosanna. She's been making all kinds of shorts and interesting videos about the whole Mr. Beast stuff. She's actually like super good. Like she's one of the only large sub person, 14 million subs.
Full text on my Twitter, and I highly recommend you download it and take a look for yourself. It's long, it's 36 pages. We'd be here for 10 hours if I tried to read the entire thing because I'm a slow reader, so I'll just be reading some of the more concerning parts. Okay. The title of this document is How to Succeed in Mr. Beast Production. I'm gonna start on page 4, a section he titles, I Only Want A Players. As I type this, I realize it may not be the wisest to categorize everyone into 3 buckets. But this is how I believe we should look at everyone a part of the production team. So basically, he already knows what he's about to say is inappropriate, but he can't help himself from doing it and saying it. You're either an A player, B player, or C player. There is only room at this company for A players. A players are obsessive, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses, believe in YouTube, see the value of this company, and are the best in the goddamn world at their job. B players are new people that—
What do y'all think? What do y'all think? From a business perspective, I can kind of understand it. You know, say I only want the best of the best. I don't want any slackers. We only want the best. We only want the real alpha males, the real sigmas. Crazy, it really is. Crazy how different people look with glasses. What is happening? We're looking at this new video by Rosanna. She literally just posted it. It's kind of psychotic, yeah. I tell you, it sounds just like the no does not mean no thing that Mr. Beast was talking about, where he was like, if Family Dollar tells you no, that it's against company policy, go to another Family Dollar. Rosanna's low-key a hottie. Not even low-key. She's fine.
That need to be trained into A players, and C players are just average employees. They don't suck, but they aren't exceptional at—
But they don't suck, but they aren't. A-R-N-T. That's crazy. Bro doesn't even know how to spell right.
As he's saying, they don't suck, but they aren't exceptional, he misspells aren't.
Oh yeah, she said what
The
I said.
hypocrisy. Let's move on. They just exist, do whatever, and get a paycheck. They aren't obsessive.
He said it twice.
Wrong.
How do you not notice when you're like on Microsoft Word that, you know, it'll have that squiggly red under aren't and not fix it? He is sassy. You can tell he's just sitting on his computer, like pushing his glasses up, like, Yeah, this one's gonna get him. There it is. Bro gonna have a typo in a company document. Exactly. It doesn't look or sound professional. Yeah. Again, always take it with a grain of salt.
Again, C players are poisonous and should be transitioned to a different company immediately, all caps. It's okay, we give everyone severance, so they'll be fine.
Crazy.
I don't even know where to begin with this because he essentially is putting everyone into a system, and he definitely plays favorites at his company. Anyone he considers an A person, those are his close friends who behave exactly the way he wants to behave, and then everyone else is treated less than. And if you're just a hard...
MrBeast is literally a 15-year-old with too much money and power. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw a video about that actually. Some guy was like, that's why he appeals to children so much, because he's literally like a child with millions of dollars. So he makes content that they would want to see. It's actually kind of funny.
Who goes to your job on time, does your job, stays the full hours, gives it your all, and then goes...
Isn't that what Jake Weddle said? Pretty similar.
...home and has a normal life, like a work-balanced life that's healthy. That is considered a C player. That is considered unacceptable in his eyes.
Yeah.
That is considered poisonous in his eyes. Anyone who has a healthy work-life balance relationship is poisonous. All right, moving on. On to page 17, own your mistakes. This coming from Jimmy, someone who has never owned his mistakes, never taken accountability, and never apologized for any of his poor behavior. He pays someone.
He still hasn't apologized. He still hasn't come out to give a statement. He literally hires people to apologize for him. How do you do that? How do you hire people to apologize on your behalf? You hire people like Chucky and your PR people to reach out to companies and say, hey, Jimmy made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. But you can't take accountability. I trust Rosanna because she has 14 million subs. You know, she's verified. She's been on YouTube for like 15 years. I don't think she's going to start making stuff up. You know what I mean?
A PR team, a spokesperson, and now a crisis management team to speak on his behalf. He never apologizes or takes accountability for anything. This is so hard for me to read because the hypocrisy is so strong. I hate excuses and despise with my entire soul when people just try to save face instead of learn from how they've messed up. Mistakes are okay. Genuinely, they are, and I expect you to make a lot. That's perfectly fine. Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point or another, and you can go ask them yourselves if I've ever held it over their heads. I'm sure you never hold it over their heads. I'm sure you never bring it up again. You don't.
He just fires them. He wouldn't hold it over their head. He'll just fire them, probably.
If you're one of his favorites, you can fuck up as much as you want and there's no repercussions. But if you're not one of his favorites, if you're not on his good side, you fuck up and you're gone. I just beg you.
If you screw up, you're gone if he doesn't like you. If you're not a part of his big six, the MrBeast 6000 squad, I can feel his anger and aggression when he wrote this. Yeah. Bro was just sassy typing this one up.
That you learn from every mistake and try not to repeat it. That's when it gets annoying. The hypocrisy. Jimmy, you don't even learn from your mistakes.
Could you imagine applying for a job? Like, let's say you want to work at Walmart or something, and they just send you, like, you know, the document. You got to read it, sign it, do your paperwork and stuff. And this is what they're like. They're like, own crap. Stop being a bum. If you mess up, we won't fire you, stupid. Like, bro.
I like that he's boosting about how much self-control he has, that he's never, ever, ever fired someone on the spot for making a mistake. What a great guy. And I have confirmation that instead, he has his mom fire them the next day. Wonderful self-control. Page 18, nothing comes before your priorities. When you're being assigned tasks, you should have what I call a Prio list.
Didn't Jake and his coworker get fired for asking for a raise? Exactly. He asked for a raise and he fired both of them. Was like, you know what? We don't need either.
Ali says your prios are to 1. Get a Lamborghini under 200K. 2. Get it wrapped in anime characters. 3. Make a custom steering wheel. Then nothing on this freaking planet is allowed to come between you and getting those priorities done. If the other team asks for your help and you spend 2 days helping them and fall behind on getting your Lamborghini secured, that's your fault. If the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault. Parentheses, jokes, ha ha ha. But seriously, don't let anything come before your prios.
This literally sounds like the no does not mean no thing. I feel like this is real. Lamborghini is a job requirement, yeah. So if you're like in the middle of a place without a Lamborghini dealership near you, you know, like literally almost every state probably, they're like, okay, drive all the way to California, go all the way somewhere where there's a Lamborghini dealership, pick one up, go to a mechanic that specializes in anime character wraps, come on back with the Hatsune Miku Lamborghini, get the custom Hatsune Miku steering wheel, and bring it back, or else. Jokes, haha. Jokes, haha.
It is absolutely unacceptable, which rolls us right into page 19. No does not mean no. For the people out there who are saying, he's not edgy anymore, he's learned, this document is pretty new and references some of his newer videos. He has not learned. This is who he is. So the title No Does Not Mean No is a very obvious reference to essay. Instead of communicating in a professional manner, saying be persistent when you're producing or working, no does not mean no is the company culture of MrBeast. When dealing with people outside MrBeast.
Yeah, so this is from the, this got leaked. This part right here got leaked a few days ago. So this is, hey, I'm going to say this is real. This was the part that said no does not mean no. So she has it. Whatever that came from, she has that full document. And I said the same thing. I said no does not mean no. It sounds like something that some creepy person would say at a nightclub or something. Like, come on, boys. Go ask that girl out. If she says no, keep going. Keep going at it. Get some drinks in her. Keep going. It's just, it's a weird saying. I don't want to say that no does not mean no ties to inappropriate jokes being made freely. Yeah, it just sounds weird. Obviously, the sentiment is that it means be persistent, you know, keep trying, don't give up. But there's such a better way to say it.
If all the other avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules.
That's actually crazy to me. Like, he's willing to get freaking managers of like Dollar Tree who are probably getting paid like $20 an hour. He's willing to get these people fired and like let go from their position just so they can bend the rules for his silly little video. Like, is he going to give the people in these videos, the managers, millions of dollars that he's about to make? Or no? Like, if one manager says no, that's against our policy, say, okay, crap, we'll have to find another store. Not, oh, let's go 5 minutes down the road. Yeah, like, it's really weird. I don't know. It's like those YouTube pranksters who like go to Target and then they like prank people. Like, if you get kicked out of one, that doesn't mean go 5 minutes down the road to the next Target. Like, stop.
This is literally so disgusting, because this is putting everyday working people's jobs at stake. If it's a company policy not to film there and you're pressuring them to do so, they could get in trouble. They could lose their jobs. That's their income. That's their livelihood. And for what, a YouTube video? You are not more important than any other person in this world.
If MrBeast and his team like came to harass me and my staff, I would just call all the stores around the area and be like, bruh, MrBeast is here. Shut it down. Shut it down, bruh.
All right, so here's a section with a bunch of random Jimmy thoughts. It's called Random Things You Should Know, page 23. Let's read a few of them. Do not leave contestants waiting in the sun, parentheses, ideally waiting in general, for more than 3 hours. Squid Games, it cost us $500,000, and Boys vs. Girls, it got a lot of people out. Ask James to know more. Well,
why does bro not know how to spell? Does he have like the version of Word that doesn't have autocorrect yet? Do not leave constituents waiting in the sun for more than 3 hours. Squid Game cost us 500,000. In the boys versus girls, it got a lot of people out.
Hours. Squid Games, it cost us $500,000, and Boys vs. Girls, it got a lot of people out. Ask James to know more. Well, have I got stories about people you kept out in the sun for days.
So professional,
We'll
right?
come back to that later. Also, when he says, ask James to know more, he's referring...
He dropped out in 3rd grade. Sheesh, I don't... Probably. He doesn't even know how to use Word. They literally have built-in functions to fix everything for you. He literally sees the big red squiggly lines and he's just like, nah, I don't have time. I don't have time to fix it.
Do not talk down to talent or do anything to make them feel like I need them to be happy and in good moods, and those boys are special to me. Ideally, most talks with talent, parentheses, Chris, Carl, Chandler, and Nolan, go through me, or Ollie, or Tyler to avoid confusion amongst them. Another thought, we pivot a lot. Be ready to have everything flipped on its head at a moment's notice.
Yeah, kind of like they pivoted at the Beast Games, where they promised people one thing, and then we're like, just kidding. Hope you guys can survive off of this. Feastable.
Lol. As someone who's worked on many professional sets, to some degree, this can be true. Especially on location, you can run into factors that you didn't plan for correctly and you weren't prepared for. The ability to adapt and make changes on set is important as little problems arise, but however, when it comes to people's safety, like on the Beast Games, you can't just make changes last minute on the fly at a production scale that large with that many people and have it be okay. And I've been talking to members of the crew who said that they were making changes minutes before some of these dangerous challenges, and they were scared people were gonna get hurt, and they did. Oh, here's a great one. I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally. If you're spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it. And this is...
That's actually funny. I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally. If you're spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it. This kind of goes back to like even the pizza video. Like everything he does has to be content. Every single move, if he's giving you a $10,000 content, if he's giving you a Lamborghini content, which I mean, I guess kind of makes sense, because why would you not want to film? You know, that's $10,000 is a lot of money. Filming, giving money to people, like I get it. You have to obviously make the money back through YouTube. You're going to film it so that, you know, you can make the ad revenue back to keep giving to people. But the way he just words everything just is so, I don't know, perverted, you know? I don't know.
Something, and it won't be shown on camera. Seriously, think about it. And this is why so many people say that he only does charity for camera, because if he can't film it, he doesn't want to do it. Here's the last Jimmy thought I'm gonna read. Never do anything that can make us look bad from a PR perspective.
That's hilarious. Never do anything that could make us look bad from a PR perspective. Does he know? If I, you know, if I Google MrBeast, this is all I see. Never do anything that can make us look bad, though.
Jimmy only cares about his image, and Jimmy can also not follow his own advice. If you download the document and read through it, they mention multiple times how important their...
I'm kind of loving Rosanna. Like, she's becoming such a, like, a feisty queen, you know? She went from like, you edited me out of the hide and seek, and now she's just cooking.
On page 31, I wanted to point this out because Jimmy is very aware of his demographic and who his audience is. It's very strategic, it's pointed. He says, but despite saying that, at its core, if I had to describe it, I'd say the average MrBeast viewer is a teenage memer that likes video games.
No teenagers are watching MrBeast. Nobody. Nobody's watching MrBeast. That's a teenager. It's like 5-year-olds. It's literally like little kids who like seeing big flashy CGI scenes and zoom ins and flashy effects and people flying all over the screen. Every single second has to be different action. No teenager, no adult. I don't think none of them are watching that.
I'd like you to keep this in mind as more news comes out and unfolds. He is very aware that his audience is youth. Page 35. I want famous people in our videos.
Yeah, we know.
Next line. I can't even read this. We don't fake things.
There it is. I'm deleting all my videos. He admitted it. He doesn't fake things. So, Pegasus, everybody out there, you guys can delete all the videos. It's all real. No faking. No more gambling. Nothing's fake. It's all real. Ugh. I heard it, guys. I gotta delete my account now. No more milking.
The absolute delusion. Yes, you do, Jimmy. The majority of all your videos are faked. And yes, there is a range of the authenticity. Some of the videos do have some authenticity to them, but overall, they are fake. You can't fake intensity in videos.
Yes, you can. Doesn't he tell people? That's a funny pause.
Really?
Doesn't he tell people to like fake cry and fake emotion and like, okay, you won $10,000, brag about how you're going to pay your student loans now. Isn't that what they did with Jake Weedle? My bad. It's all fake.
What's this?
We literally found him 1 minute before Zach.
We literally found Logan Paul. That never happened. Fake. The document ends with talking about your career at MrBeast. If you've made it this far, you're probably at least semi-interested in this being your career. So I wanted to chat about it. Because if you're ambitious and want to dedicate your life to work, you pick the best company in America to do it at. The delusion. I would love to see the benefits of the best company in America. I would love to.
The Beast Company, the best company where they send you work documents with swear words and mispronounced words that are 4th grade English. Clark Crystal with the 10. Thank you, homie. You always come in clutch, man. I worked prevailing wage today. Have a cold one on me. You know what? I had a monster and it had your name on it. So I was celebrating early just for you. I knew you were coming home. She got duped out of a challenge. Yeah, they edited her out of the third place, didn't they? She's cooking like a smoked brisket. Exactly, bro. We love Rosanna.
And from what I'm hearing, you don't even like people taking holidays off, such as Christmas. This sounds like the worst company to work for in America to me. This isn't a stepping stone. This is your final destination.
Uh-oh. You're talking about like the movie, the Final Destination movie? That one's scary. Like working for MrBeast.
All I can think about are the horror films, so moving forward. Now, read this all over again because I guarantee you didn't retain enough. I literally love that he ends his document by getting in one more jab to the new employees who are reading through this. Now read it again because I guarantee that you're an idiot. Read it again because I guarantee you couldn't retain something. Like just throwing an insult.
You couldn't read past my 4th grade grammar that I misspelled words. Read it again.
In there and talking down to people. A lot of people can read something and retain it. Projection much? All of that just barely scratches the surface of what's in here, so I will be posting the whole thing on my Twitter, so if you'd like to read through it, you can. To me, working for MrBeast sounds very...
Unfortunately, Rosanna, we cannot read through it because it has been deleted. I don't know if by you or someone already copyright claimed it, but it's gone.
And dangerous. It's a boys' club where everyone is overworked. It is almost cult-like. It's someone who cares about the work and not about the people.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of my own commentary over Rosanna's amazing video. I also spliced it up just a little bit. I didn't take her out of context or anything. I just skipped through a bit of parts. So I do encourage you all to go watch it. I do encourage you to go check Rosanna's Twitter. She has a backup of the file. I don't know how long it's going to be up, if it's going to stay up, because she uploaded it and literally within like 5 minutes it got taken down and she uploaded it somewhere else, which is where I was able to get it for the beginning of the video. Either way, like, subscribe, share. Hopefully you can join a live one of these days so that you can join me watching and, you know, understanding some of these videos and listening to the story of these important people who are helping to bring things like this to justice. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope to see you all very soon. Peace out.